Welcome to the channel. You are watching another episode of BangBets Daily, brought to you by Lit757. And in this video, we'll be going over our NFL picks for Saturday, December 16th. Let's get into it.
Sweaty.
First game up Saturday, 1 o'clock kickoff. We got the Cincinnati Bengals hosting the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings coming in 7-6, second in the NFC North. Won their last game against the Raiders 3-0. This Vikings team, man, I'll wait to get into it. Bengals coming in 7-6 as well, fourth in the AFC North. We got a divisional matchup here. Bengals won their last two against the Jags and Colts. And unfortunately, I faded Cincy in both of those games. So we learned there. But back to the Vikings. The team we backed a couple of times. I know when they first picked up Dobbs, I believe it was Green Bay they were playing. And we jumped all over Bengals jumped all over Vikings, and they took care of business for us. And now we fast forward to last week, and Dobbs is getting benched, and Vikings bringing in the third string. I mean, it's just a mess. And then you look at the other side, Bengals lose their starter. Everyone's counted them out. I counted them out. Jake Browning steps in, puts together two great games, and pulls off two victories. How do you not get behind them here against this Vikings team when they couldn't even score 3.6 points last week? They couldn't even put up a touchdown. They couldn't even score more than a field goal throughout the entire game. Give me the Bengals, man. Laying the 3. If the Vikings show up like they did last week and can't get any points on the board, Bengals are going to win this game by 14, 21 points. Bengals been scoring 30 plus the last 2 weeks. If I'm not mistaken, I know they put up 34 last week against them Colts. And they put up 34 again against the Jags. So whatever they're doing in Cincinnati, it's working. Their offense is clicking. I think they'll continue that here. It's not like Minnesota has a great defense anyway. I mean, let's take a look at it. Well, I guess 14th overall pass defense, 12th overall defense as far as total yards allowed. So they're not horrible, but not anything I would say anyone's afraid of. So I'm sticking with Cincy. I'm jumping on the bandwagon. We missed the first 2 stops on this train, but hopefully we can get on at stop number 3. So let's see what happens tonight. Or not tonight, sorry, Saturday in this one. Next up, we got the Indianapolis Colts hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Spread sitting at 1.5. Total sitting at 42.5. Steelers coming in 7-6. Third in the AFC North. Lost their last 2. Most recently against the Patriots, 21-18. Despicable. Colts coming in 7-6. Lost their last one against the Cincinnati Bengals, 14-34. Steelers are going to be without Kenny Pickett. Jonathan Taylor is doubtful. He probably won't go. So both teams missing pieces of their offenses. But Gardner Minshew has been playing pretty well. He's going up against Mitchell Trubisky here. The Steelers offense just hasn't really been doing anything all season. They fired offensive coordinator. Steelers defense has been stout, but they're on the road here. So that does change the dynamic a little bit. I don't see how we don't do it here, but give me the Colts minus the 1.5. And as I'm thinking about this and talking to you guys, I think 42.5 is kind of a steep number for this matchup, because you got a Steelers team. Let me double check this. A Steelers team that averages 16 points a game. Is that correct? Yeah, total's 42.5. You got a Steelers team that averages 16 points a game. That's over the whole season now. 16 points a game. Most of those games are with their starting quarterback. So you go from averaging 16 points a game with Kenny Pickett to averaging how many points per game with Mitchell Trubisky? I know they put up 18 last week against the Patriots. Then on the other side, the Colts They average 24 points a game. You have, 40 points right there. I don't know, man. I don't know if the Steelers put up enough points to clear the total, so I kind of like the total in this one as well. I'll probably make a play on that at 42.5. So let's see what happens, man. And then the last matchup of the day, we got the Detroit Lions hosting the Denver Broncos. Spread sitting at 4. Total sitting at 47.5. Broncos coming in 7-6. Won their last game against the Chargers 24-7. They've been playing pretty good football as of late. Lions coming in 9-4. First in the NFC North. On a 1-game skid. Lost their last game to Chicago, where I told the homies the Bears are going to win that game. I told the homies that the Bears are going to win that game. And they did. And, there was a point this season where I backed the Lions. They were playing Baltimore on the road. They lost like 35-16 or 35-7 or something like that. And ever since that game, this Lions team has been getting more and more disgusting to me week after week. And honestly, I can say the exact opposite about the Broncos. They've been getting more and more enticing every week. I've been picking them in a lot of their matchups, and they've been doing exactly what I need them to do. So I'm not really buying into the hype with the Lions. I know they're 9-4, but that's just the NFL for you. These teams are different, man. From week 2 and 3 to week 13, 14, 15. There's just different football teams, and I'm gonna do it, man. Give me the Broncos on the money line in this matchup. I'm gonna get behind Russell Wilson and Cortland Sutton and see what they can get done for us, and count on the Lions to have some turnover problems, because every time I pick the Lions or watch the Lions, that seems to be what I see happening, just turnover after turnover. And if that's the case, it's gonna be hard for you to beat any football team, much less a halfway decent one. So give me the Broncos on the money line. Let's see what happens. I would also say, if you're not bold enough for the money line, take the Broncos +4. I fully believe they keep this game close. I don't see Denver just getting obliterated. So let's see what happens. A lot of playoff implications here. And to recap our picks for NFL Saturday, December 16th, we got the Cincinnati Bengals laying 3 at home against the Minnesota Vikings. We got the Indianapolis Colts -1.5 against the Steelers, also at home. And then we got the Denver Broncos on the money line, on the road in Detroit at Ford Field playing the Lions. So I'm feeling pretty confident in these picks, man. Like I said in the video early on, strong lean to that under in the Colts-Steelers matchup at 42.5. And if that Broncos money line is too spicy for you, take them plus the points. I think the Broncos take care of business Saturday. And I'm sure the public's going to be all over Detroit. So, but as always, if you made it this far, hit the thumbs up button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Show some love in the comments. Get at me on TikTok. Get at me on X at BangBets at Lit757. We out.